What's up guys, Miles here with 9 to 5 Mac, and the AirPods Pro are finally here, and I gotta say, it is a pretty good product, but for those of you who are on the fence about a purchase, I want to talk about the 5 best and 5 worst features of the AirPods Pro. Firstly, the ear tips. Apple has finally gone with a silicone ear tip design for wireless headphones, and I'm definitely all for it. I've personally always hated the way the earpods in the original AirPods were designed and fit in my ear. This just makes so much more sense, so good on Apple for that. And there is more I want to say about the tips, but I'll leave that for the other half of this video. The active noise canceling on these are pretty legit. They're not really on the level of, per se, Bose's or Sony's over-ear noise canceling headphones, but I don't think really an in-ear pair of headphones ever really could be. But when I'm out in the downtown area and I switch the AirPods from transparency mode to noise canceling mode, I'm always wowed about how much sound is actually being isolated in my general environment. So these are a really great pair to rock as a frequent commuter in like a big city or something like that. Battery life. Apple really isn't kidding with their advertisement claims. Between the case and the earphones themselves, I can easily use these guys all day without having to worry about a charge. And that's what most people want, you know, the confidence to take headphones out of the house and use them all day without worrying about them possibly dying on them in the middle of the day. Wireless charging. As someone who owns a wireless charger, it's a really nice convenience to just be able to slap these down on a charger at the end of the day. There really isn't more to it than that. It's just a super nice convenience. And then there's transparency mode. This was a brilliant idea on Apple's part, not gonna lie. And even though it doesn't really work that well at maximum volume, just generally speaking, being able to listen to music and carry a conversation or do other things that require you to hear your environment is pretty cool. A scenario in which I use these often is whenever I'm ordering food to go. I don't have to take the earphones out. I just have to turn the volume down a little bit and throw them on transparency mode. It's just another example of Apple wizardry, but let's move on to the worst stuff. One of the first worst features of the AirPods Pro is this. I'm sure you've seen this on Twitter, online, or maybe in real life if you have AirPods Pro. I'm sure this has happened to you yourselves, but for whatever reason, a lot of the times when you're taking the earphones out of your ear, the ear fins kind of like pop out like this, which is kind of annoying because you always have to readjust it before you put it back. So it's not really necessarily a deal breaker, but I feel like this could have easily been resolved with just some basic testing of the earphones before they were being released. But, you know, I guess it's just something we'll have to deal with. Hopefully, Apple allows third-party manufacturers to make different ear tips for this guy so that I don't have to deal with this anymore. This also could just be a me problem, but I feel like the headphones are very awkward to remove from the case. I feel like the way they're designed and housed inside of the case just makes it very hard to find a practical portion of the earphones to grip onto and remove them. And this may just be a me problem, like I said, because I'm just trying to remove them super carefully to avoid dropping them or something like that. But in my experience, taking these out of the case isn't really that streamlined. Now, I really dig the fact that Apple includes a Lightning to C cable in the box with these guys, because now I don't have to buy one to use with my phone. But when thinking about it, why didn't Apple just throw in USB-C to begin with? You know, this is where all roads lead in terms of Apple's product lineup. And given that every other Pro product in their lineup besides the new iPhones has USB-C, why shouldn't these, you know? I feel like if you're going to prepare customers for that inevitable switch to USB-C in the iPhone, this is the way to do it, by slowly seeding it on all of your other products, including your headphones. Now, this one isn't that big of a deal because it isn't that bad on the AirPods Pro, but I feel like the Bluetooth range on these are pretty subpar, at least compared to other Bluetooth headphones I've used with the same phone and music player. The Bluetooth range just doesn't seem to be that great. I've noticed sometimes that things start getting choppy before even being more than 15 feet away from my phone. Something else that kind of sucks is the lack of gesture controls when using the AirPods Pro with a Mac device. I have both a MacBook Air, a Mac Mini, I've used it on the iMac, and on all three machines, the automatic ear detection feature just straight up doesn't work. I have it enabled in the settings, but whenever I move an AirPod out of my ear, nothing stops or pauses. It could be a Catalina issue, who knows? But either way, these are pretty good headphones. From a sheer audio quality standpoint, they're definitely not worth $250. My $130 Studio Talls definitely sound better. But when you really think about it, there isn't any other Bluetooth headphone on the market that has the same feature set as the AirPods Pro. So in that regard, they're kinda unbeatable for that price point. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep these, but we'll see in the next couple of days. But either way, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe for future content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.